I was looking at this like, that motherfucker don't think he's Elvis. But then after about a week, I'm like, this dude thinks he's fucking Elvis.
Oh, yeah.
Louisiana. Straight from the swamps of southern Louisiana.
Bro,
let's get it.
And I'm going to tell you what I always thought about mental health issues until I worked there. I always thought it was a crock of shit that people were acting.
Yeah,
they ain't no acting in these books because they were miserable fucking souls.
I wonder, wait,
nobody would want to be that. I was looking at this like, that motherfucker don't think he's Elvis. But then after about a week, I'm like, this dude thinks he's fucking Elvis.
Oh yeah, yeah. Did he call you Kurt Cobain? Was you?
No.
All right, okay. But you know, he said Kurt Cobain lived on the other side, right there, right?
Is that what he said?
So come tell me, and I tell him to go to bed. People don't notice, like that. Me and him worked at the state,
dude. You see
for minimum wage too. Hold up, for minimum wage. Yeah, so we was
Did
probably
you
wear white suits, man?
No, I think we had to wear maroon.
Yeah, we had a maroon.
I got
maroon
but
shirts.
man, you went through training as far as self-defense and how to restrain.
PMA.
And all that shit. But like I said, man, I had always taken it as these people are acting, when you see that shit. And then when I worked there, it was sad. It really,
it is sad.
I mean, something in their brain just goes haywire. And they may be normal for a while.
And Brad, look, I'm going to explain to you how bad off that they were. So we're in there. We used of it, right? So we sitting down and talking just like this, just like that. And you might be one of the patients.
If you don't silent that motherfucker, I'm throwing it in the toilet.
I don't know why. I don't never get no phone calls until I come here.
You're important.
But here's what they were doing, though. All they were doing was heavily sedating these people.
Sure, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think
Cinnacline, whatever.
Right, weekly we would have to take turns. We'd walk with a patient and we'd let them sit down and talk to the psychiatrist because, of course, it's going to be up to them if they can ever get out.
Right.
So they're in there and they got to say the right things, I guess, for a length of time and where they feel safe releasing them. But all it was every morning you go take your pills. You stay fucking sedated. You try to keep it like there's no. I didn't see any treatment going on because I don't know how you treat that.
No,
anyway.
but it was with medication.
That's it.
With medication.
But,
when you have schizophrenia.
But a lot of them were there for fucking years.
For not, because they would get off the medication and then they would go right back in.
Yeah. Well, I just means the ones that were there, though, like the whole time. They just keep them sedated because some of them probably don't need to be out in society. And you don't want to just throw them in prison. But they had some. I mean, them people were fucked up.
We have a percentage. Listen to this. And this is kind of weird. And you could never really, I guess there is a number, though. But there is a percentage of your population that's going to be a little off.
I know. I saw that.
I mean, of course.
Like I said, I used to think it was an act.
But check this out. Then those 40 that we had revolving on just that one ward, plus the 40 that was on the open ward, plus the 40 in the closed ward female and the open ward female, and then plus the other ones that was in our treatment program.
They got some crazy people, man.
Yeah.
We had I think there was an ex-NFL football player there.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. I'm not going to name all names and shit of those people. But
his last name was Thompson.
CTE was a thing.
Well, I don't. Yeah.
His last name was Thompson.
I don't remember what his deal was. Like, he was cool, the football player. Like, I don't know why. Because a lot of them you can read their records and see why they were in there. You know what I mean? But I know we had Elvis. We had some of them where it would be like they were totally fine until they got a hold of a bad drug.
Right.
And their whole life is, fucked.
Oh, yeah.
Fucked. You know, it was
like
sad,
a bad
but it was,
batch of a drug or something.
Or just a fucked up trip.
Shane,
you know what I mean?
It was Shane.
Yeah, his first name was. Yeah. They had a guy that was in there.
I remember all of the names.
Well, I do too. I just wasn't going to sit out here and spit them out.
You don't say the last name. That's all.
But you're right. The dude's name was Shane, and he had just looking back at his pictures or personal stuff that he'd have. He had a normal life. An old lady but he got a hold of something, man, and it fucked him, man. But I remember he was the first one I've seen that had to get taken down because he would just start freaking the fuck out, man.
I bet.
They strip you fucking naked, throw you in a fucking room.
Oh yeah.
It was sad at first. It was just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And you find it comical at first, and then you start realizing these people really
These
have
people are really fucked
They
up.
do. They really have problems, man.
Yeah.
And I don't see how you solve it. You're saying with pills.
No, you have to keep it. No, medication is they have to stay on their medication.
Absolutely.
And when they get off their meds, that's when things start going
Well,
bad.
that's
now,
the problem
of course,
with releasing them. Nobody's making sure they're taking it.
Well, you know
what I
why?
mean?
I'll tell you why. So alcohol, whenever you're drinking, it calms the effects of schizophrenia.
Yeah.
The problem is you're slap drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they have a lot of people that they bring in to because they can't stop drinking, and they dry them out and come to find out, oh my God, this dude's schizophrenic.
Yeah.
Well, they say that's the big problem with the prison system is there's so many people in there that need more than just being locked in a cage because they're mentally, and I believe it because if these people like that I saw that I worked around were thrown into prison, and that was it.
No, it was.
There's no help at all.
almost every one of them had a criminal record.
Of course they did.
Yeah,
but they got out and they weren't like
also,
life term
Yeah,
prison.
they don't
do anything for life. Right.
It's
just that
that's what he's saying.
Go
if they
in,
just kind of lock them in prison and leave them for life.
Now
and
that's
forget
what you
about
have going on because you don't have mental health facilities going on anymore. So that's what they're doing. They're just locking people up. But
I didn't see it helping them anyway, though.
What?
I didn't see any good coming out of that hospital. Like you said, if you're not sedating them.
It's not sedated.
Well, I'm calling it that because they were like zombies.
Yeah.
Is what
and there's
you were
no
doing.
treatment behind
Yeah,
it.
because like you're not fixing schizophrenia. Right. You're not fixing it.
I worked 2 years in a correctional facility, and we had a mental ward. I'm going to tell you, it changes you, bro. If it was with lifers up on the 4th floor or if it was the local drug dealers, which were the worst to deal with, the people, believe it or not, man, the people that had life and knew they were going to Angola or Hunt or wherever they were going, they were really the coolest people to deal with, man, because they knew what they had, they knew where they were going. It was the ones, and it was like the 3rd floor was the younger ones, the drug dealers. They were the hard ones to deal with. But man, that mental pod, Brad, I hated to work that because rough. To see those people that were really fucked up. They were really fucked up,
and they get treated like shit at a lot of those places.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean?
They strip them down and they put them on a block or what you call it.
And the
but
same
they can't
thing, like you said, they would come around in the morning with the doctor and the nurse and liquid Cinequine.
Yeah,
that's what they would.
Because here's the thing: the average person
smoked the Cinequine
is not.
Oh yeah, dude.
The average person is not trained on how to deal with that, so you get frustrated. You have no patience. So then you start treating these people like, get the fuck away from me. You don't realize they really have a fucking issue.
Yeah, they really fucked up.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, I went in there with that mentality.
Yes.
You know, I just went for a job because Boojie's like, oh, they're hiring, and I get in there and I'm like, these motherfuckers, you know, and I'm gonna use the word crazy, but I'm like, they're fucking crazy, like acting crazy. Absolutely. There ain't nothing wrong with these fucking people, but it was.
Yeah, man, when I worked there, it was like everybody in there. It was like, what you did? I didn't do nothing. I'm innocent, you know.
What did you see them fix?
Huh?
What did you see them fix?
No, once you started to understand how it is, you understood the importance of medicine.
I understand that, but I'm saying you weren't fixing anything because when you let these people out, they're not sticking to that. No. So then they're right back in there. So I'm saying these places were doing nothing.
You're putting a Band-Aid on it.
Unless you were going to keep them all in there forever.
Wait. For the times that they was at their worst, it was keeping them off of the streets, and so it was for that person. It might not have been. It was helping everybody from jumping on their ass and helping them from going to jail. So
I guess I meant like fixing as far as you can go back in society now and act right. And I'm not saying everybody, because they got people that go to the mental place for a weekend and they get back to their life. But I'm talking about the ones that were in there with this chemical imbalance. Like,
absolutely.
But when I was in jail, half of the people that was on the tier with me was taking mental medications too. Yeah. Mental illness is a real problem.
It is, and I guess there's levels to it because, like you said, we did see some that you weren't fixing that. I don't give a fuck, even on meds.
And then
they still thought they were people that they weren't.
Yeah, and then you had other ones that I mean, I see people come and go through that. I see people come and go and come back. They had one dude, man, he was the coolest dude I ever met in my life. He had a problem with alcohol. He get around alcohol. He had no self-control when it came to that. Yeah. And that's what he was in there for, therapy, to try to get him to work at not drinking. Yeah. Because as soon as he could, he would drink until he was slap drunk. And he was the coolest dude on the face of the planet.
Sober. Yeah. Yeah, and that's different. I mean, I do believe you can help that. I just meant these people that really have these mental problems.
That's what we pay. Listen, freedom is not free. Yeah. I keep saying that, and I want people to understand this. Freedom is not free. You have to pay to keep the mental people off of the streets. Yeah. You have to pay to keep the people who are going to receive welfare other than going in your house. You have to pay to keep the bad criminals locked up.
Do you have anybody that stands out to you while you work there that you know?
Yeah.
Like I said, I remember the Elvis guy. I don't know why he hit me when I first walked in. I remember that because I think you told me.
I remember Carl, the black dude Carl, because he used to laugh at everything. He said that he'd look at you.
Imagine that being your problem.
He'd look at you like this.
This dude laughs too much.
He'd look at you like this. He'd go. Mm-hmm. He was looking at the doctor like this while the doctor was doing. I'm sitting where Justin's sitting at. He's looking at the doctor, Brad, like this. Oh, let's say, no. All right, that was me. You're me. Yeah. I'm Carl. Shane's the doctor, and Shane's talking right to give him my therapy, and Carl thought everything was funny, so he's looking at the doctor like this.
Oh, yeah. The doctor's thinking, he's not ready.
Then he goes,
yeah. And we're laughing, but honestly,
Brad, as he's laughing, he goes, Yeah. And he did this for weeks.
I'm trying not to laugh, but
I loved it.
He seemed like a good dude, though. I do remember him.
Oh yeah,
I remember Juan. He was the Mexican, but he was like
Juan was Alberto was
Alberto.
Mexican.
That's the one.
Juan was Cuban.
Yeah, I'm talking about Alberto. He was.
Remember Juan said that he felt better. Listen to this. I was sitting in rounds with him, and he said that he felt better because Juan was from off of the streets.
Yeah,
yeah. I seen him in the French Quarter.
I did too.
Yeah. He locked eyes with me. And he through the crowd. He thought I was coming to get him, but Juan told the doctor. The doctor was like, we're glad to hear that you're doing better, Juan, and everything." And Juan was like, yeah, all right. It's like, so the doctor was like, "Look, Juan, your treatment is going well. We want you to keep taking the medication." He was like, "It ain't the medication." It was like, "What?" He was like, "No, it's not the medication." He said, "What is it?" He says, "The food. I'm eating better. So I feel better."
Well,
told it to the doctor, and the doctor said,
"He's taking notes like he's not ready either."
No, he ain't. He wasn't.
Wow.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Yeah, I remember those days. I remember them all.
No.
And now I ain't even telling memory. Yeah.
Who was Alberto?
Well,
Alberto was a toothless. Was he Mexican? I mean, they all Mexican to me.
He was Mexican. I don't know if I didn't know my Latin community then.
But so. he was the one that you were worried about, like catching tuberculosis if he was too close to you.
Yeah.
Like he was just toothless and would laugh and all up in your face, and he was just I don't know how else to describe it, but just crazy. Like you know what I mean? Nice dude, but he was
low. He had a low intellect too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He was almost borderline
that you can
mental.
see they're still like 3 years old on the inside.
Yeah, yeah. Seem real nice.
But don't act like they don't act like they act like an adult.
It's hard to.
They just can't quite bring it. So a lot of the times they sit there and they act like a kid. And I'm not talking about acting like really fidgetive. They just don't really understand like too much.
Yeah, so, like no social cues.
They tell you when you go in there, like when they're training you, that I guess it's like a prison. No matter what you think, do not think that these people are your friends and trust them. But then it gives you such a negative mindset going in.
That crap is not true.
That's not true. They said that, or are you saying it's not? Are you calling me a liar, or are you calling them a liar?
Calling them a liar.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, because they do say that.
Yeah, that ain't true. That ain't true.
That's what I mean. But
dude, they had prisoners. Listen to me. They had patients that were sitting on that ward that would stand up for you.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. But you go in there with the mindset of, because they're telling you in the beginning that these aren't good people. Right. Now, don't let them fool you, because they will. You turn your back to them, and one of them will be on you. Which there are some in there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Remember, so Henry they had to weigh him on the scale in the chow hall. He was that big; they couldn't weigh him on a regular scale. Henry was allegedly a hitman out of New Orleans, right? So Henry had one eye would go straight, and the other eye went like this, but it was still kind of, you could never lock eyes with him. And Henry would go up and then he'd sit back like this and just watch the ward the whole day. And Henry was that's
the one I'm worried about. And then I remember him, and it was always you're looking at this dude like
look what happened. Look what happened. So I don't know which one of the patients crossed Henry, but I'm walking up to Henry. Henry's sparking up. Henry weighed 4 something.
He's big, yeah, big boy.
He was 6'7", 6'6", 6'7".
Monster.
Like his shoulders across. Yeah. You had to measure him with a damn taper rule. Yeah, he was huge, but he had a bad leg. So Henry started sparking up. So I walked on the wall, and I'm walking toward him. I'm like, Henry, what's going on? I said, he's going, oh. I said, Henry, who are you talking to? Are you talking to me? And there was other people standing there. He said, I'm talking to that white boy. And I didn't know if he knew that I was Creole or I was white. So I'm like,
still confused.
Yeah, I'm about the Secret Service, dude. Holster my weapon. Holster my. Yeah. Oh yeah.
But he probably wasn't talking to anybody.
He didn't. He grabbed that chair, sat back down, did like right back down.
And that's kind of what they were meaning. Like, don't get comfortable.
Absolutely.
But in my mind, I took it as they're all bad people.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Now they really weren't. Remember the one that had to. All right, we're gonna reminisce. There was one you couldn't trust. Remember the one? He had a hump in his back.
Yeah, I remember him.
That bastard. Listen to me, Brad. He tried to. Remember one of the PAs? He had red hair. And he tried to scratch his eyes out of his face.
And
he quit
like a chimpanzee.
Yeah.
This dude would work 412s so he could have time off, because he owned the land that the gas station is on in Lacombe, and he quit. One of the coolest dudes I ever met. I mean, besides the fact of, never mind, I can talk about that. So, yeah, they remember, and you're all going to hell.
Yeah.
And then he walked up on me one day. Listen to this, Brad. I'm gonna say this. And I'm not gonna say nothing else about it. He said, hey, do you masturbate? I said, what you said? Do you masturbate? I said, it's okay. You can. And he walked away. I was like, but that interaction with him could have been him coming because they tried to wake him up in the morning and he turned over and he went at the dude's eyes. He said he called him the devil and the dude quit.
Wasn't there a dude with a fake leg that kept getting in trouble because he would like hide shit?
Oh yeah,
in the fucking
I remember his name.
Cigarettes and shit.
Yeah, remember the other one, and he died when I was working there. No, a little bit after.
Yeah,
Victor.
I remember Victor.
What an experience, huh, dude?
Yeah, like I said, it was
just like corrections. It was an experience.
It opened your eyes.
Yeah.
What's going on, y'all? I hope y'all enjoyed that episode. Plenty more content coming. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, do it now. If you have, we really appreciate it. Means the world to us. B.S.ing with the guys. Y'all be good.
Straight from the swamps of southern Louisiana. Straight from the swamps of straight from the swamps of southern Louisiana. Straight from the swamps of southern Louisiana. Let's get it.